Got it. All right. Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Miss Teacher Winkler.
We're the book breakers. And today we have with us an amazing young lady, Miss Shawnee Marie.
Woo, hi.
I have to ask the question before I finish everything. What does that name Shawnee means?
Well, it's actually my nickname that my childhood they gave me in my childhood, my
Oh,
family, because it's my government name is Shantae, but
oh.
everybody called me Shawnee for short.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm thinking way over on the left end, like, oh, it's an Indian name, but it's your
No,
nickname.
ma'am.
Oh, that is so
Yes, ma'am.
cute. That is so cute. Okay, back to our audience. This is an amazing young lady. She's an author, a podcaster. She's a praise dancer, a singer, and a speaker. And tell me about this healing through art activator. What is that?
So what that is that I help specifically women to heal from their child past traumas
Okay.
using the arts. That's including writing, dancing, singing, arts and crafts, painting, just the arts, period.
Wow. And you said hurting women. So
Yes.
can you just elaborate a little bit more on that? Because that has me already captivated. So I want to know more. And then maybe we can kind of point someone in your direction that, say,
Okay.
hey, I would like to do such and such and such, but I don't know any resources. And then we can recommend you. I'm just saying. So,
Okay. So how I ended up coming about this, it took me a while to figure this thing out.
mhm.
But those were the avenues, the writing, the dancing, the singing, arts and crafts, painting, and things like that. That is what I use to heal from my past childhood traumas of being
Wow.
bullied and actually going through sexual abuse as a child as well as being sexually assaulted as an adult. So those were the outlets that I used and the things that I used to help me to heal.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome because other women still suffering in silence.
Yeah.
So you're an advocate, so to speak, to help women in that area. All right. Woo-hoo, kudos.
Yes.
And it also says you have a book, Blessed but Not Broken.
Yes,
So can
yes.
you tell us a
That was
little bit about that?
sure. That was the very first anthology that I was a part of.
Mm.
And it was actually the first project where I actually finally spoke up and spoke out about being bullied as a kid as well as being sexually abused as a child. And
Hmm.
I went into a little detail, not a lot of details, but I went into detail about how the word that people say to you in your childhood and as you grow up can
Yeah.
affect and follow you into your adulthood. So that's why I entitled my chapter Words Do Hunt You, because they literally will hunt you and cause you to make different choices in life when you were afraid to do certain things because you hear what somebody said to you when you were 5 years old.
Right.
And I just explained how what one teacher said to me, how it followed me through my childhood. It made me feel as though I wasn't enough.
Oh my gosh. Hmm. Well, we were just talking about that earlier.
Yes.
Wow. Hmm.
And Miss Shani Marie, what were some of the challenges you went through being a writer and an author?
Ooh,
Yep.
not wanting to really deal with the pain of what happened and
Hmm.
how I allowed uh, the voices of others to kind of dictate my life. I didn't want to I didn't really want to release it. Like
Mhm.
it was a struggle because the enemy fought hard for me not
Mm.
to release it. But it was through the encouraging word of my husband telling me, you don't know the impact that you will have. You don't know the impact of who all women that you would touch with just your story alone. So don't tell her to take your part out of this. It was
Mm.
divine purpose for you to be in this book at this time, at this moment. And when I say I cried like a baby because I was
Mm.
fighting. What would they say when they read this? And my husband said, it doesn't matter. You're finally telling your story. And so when I released it, it was so many women who came and was like, wow, I didn't even know you went through all of that. And we grew up together. We were singing together. We danced
Okay.
together.
Okay.
And they were just saying, oh my gosh, I really didn't know. But you inspired me. You helped me to know that I was not alone.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow. But you know, sometimes people, when you're growing up with people or they're growing up with you, they are
Hmm.
oblivious to the
Yeah,
things you're going through. I mean, they could have
right.
been right there, but they're oblivious just the same. And
Hmm.
there was something you said about the voices
Hmm.
dictating to you. So
Hmm.
I wanted to know, how did you break free from those
Hmm.
voices? I mean, that had
Well,
those voices from your past telling you all of this. How did you break
mhm.
free?
Well, I always tell people I'm an advocate for therapy and Jesus. It took me going to therapy to finally come up with a solution on how
Mhm.
I was able to break free from those words because my therapist told me to make
Mhm.
a affirmation mirror. I did a mirror instead of a heart or whatever. So I got plenty of post-it notes and I wrote out different affirmations. And each morning when I got up, I read those affirmations and I confirmed to myself out loud until I believed them that I was enough, that I was beautiful, that my story mattered. I told myself these things because I dealt with low self-esteem as well.
Yes.
So that's really what kind of like turned the pivoting point in my life was me finally going to therapy. Not listen to the stereotype of people saying, "Oh, well, black people don't go to therapy. If you got
So,
Jesus, that's
okay.
it." But that's not true. Therapy and Jesus work hand in hand. He has them here for a reason.
Exactly. Oh, I like that. I like
Yes.
that. Is good. Yes. The affirmation thing. Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
And you have to get it in you until you believe it.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And there's so many amazing things about Miss Shani Marie. And guess what, audience? She's also an amazing podcast host.
Shut it
You
up.
want to know why? Because I've been on there before. Right, Miss Shani Marie? I'm sorry. I'm making
Yes.
fun right now.
Yes.
But Miss Shani
Yes.
Marie, how
You
did
gotta
it
call my whole name.
I know, 'cause she's Tasha. She's Tasha.
Okay.
How did you become a podcast host, and how did you involve yourself in podcasting? And what are some things that you love to do on your podcasting, and on what audience do you draw?
Okay, so the podcasting thing was something that I personally didn't like want. Not saying that I didn't want to do it. It was something that was unexpected. I put it like that because my coach named Leah Forney, she was the podcasting queen. Like she would help women to start their podcast, and she was asking women if you're just interested, just come to the meeting and see is this something for you. And the amazing part about that is before I even got into the first uh meeting with her, God had already said, "This is the outlet I want you to do.
Right.
I want you to be a podcaster." And I was like, "Well, Lord, you know I don't talk. You know that's not me. I try to stay in the background of everything." And he was like, "This is where you're gonna use your voice. What the devil has been trying to keep you from doing all these years,
Right.
you're gonna be able to use your voice to affect those around you. And so when we got into those meetings, before we were even out of the meetings, God had already given me a name because I told him, I said, I wanted it to be something personal, and I wanted it to be with my initials. My initials is SMG. And I was just, for days, I was kind of pondering on it. And then all of a sudden it just hit. And he said, show up, manifest, and grind. And I was like, okay, let me look this up. And I looked it up, and he said, you're finally showing up for you, and you're working to manifest what I already put down in you. So I was like, oh, okay then. And so I was like, well, Lord, okay, since you telling me this is what my platform is supposed to be, is the podcasting, what am I supposed to do with it? And he was
Mm.
like, you're here to help women, to highlight women,
Yes.
everyday women that do what they do every day, and to tell their story of how they overcome their obstacles and trials in their lives. And then so that was the initial start of it. And I get into season 2 of my podcast, and my husband was like, well, I want to be a part of it too.
That's all.
So
That's great.
I
Mhm.
created a couple's corner for me and him to do as a couple. And we sit and we talk about the daily struggles of being a married couple. And we done uh, introductions of like telling our backstory of how we met and the different things we've done, like the love language. We've done that quiz, and we talked about how we didn't know that each other's love language. And I was shocked by his, and I was like, really? He was shocked by mine. I was like, yeah. So though that segment for sure is very popular, and just interviewing women, period, who have gone through things and have overcome. And
Awesome.
I'm here for them to share their stories.
That's amazing, Miss Shani Marie, because I know when I came on your platform for the podcast, you made me feel so special. You were really on touch, and you really, I think we had so much feedback before even the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you made me feel so welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad I did.
Yes. And Miss Shani Marie, can you let us know some projects you're working on right now? I know one of them, but I want you to say
Okay,
it.
well, my current project that I'm working on is I'm one of the contributing authors to the Daily Dose of Prayer,
Yes.
and the head visionary author is Melanie. And I love the project because it's prayer. I mean, where can you go wrong with prayer? You can't have enough prayer. And
Yes.
I was thankful to be introduced to her, to be a part of her project. And not only that, I'm currently finishing right. I'm getting ready to. I'm almost done, y'all. Finish writing my own personal story of telling um, how I grew up, basically in those traumas that happened and how I've overcome, and how you too can overcome those traumas that happen in your life. That you can rewrite your story. What happened to
Yes.
you can't. It doesn't have to dictate your future. For a long time, I let my past dictate my future, but now I'm allowing God to rewrite my story.
Mm. I like that.
That sounds like another book, don't it?
It does actually. That your situations don't have to dictate your future because it
Yes,
can be changed. That's the good thing about it. It can
yes.
be changed. Um, you were saying your podcast helped those women. How I'm trying to remember. Did you already tell us how you reached them? I know you were saying God was giving you strategies how to get
Oh,
people.
well, I'm actually on all platforms, all podcasting platforms on the Show Up, Manifest, and Grind. So basically, they can find me anywhere.
Mhm.
Just type in Show Up, Manifest, and Grind, and it should just pull up on all platforms: Apple, Google. everybody. iHeart, and I also have like a link tree to where people can go who want to be a guest can come and fill out the application, and I will look over it, do my research, see, you're a good fit for the podcast.
Mm.
And yes, Miss Johnny Marie, you said that you need some more guests. I think the book workers want to come on this time so you can interview us.
Sure. Y'all are more than welcome to come.
And guess what, Miss Johnny Marie? I just want to let you know, I think you already know, but I'm also an author in the Daily Dose prayer book.
Co-authors.
So
Yes.
awesome.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. And Miss Johnny Marie, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I see myself traveling across the world to help women to heal from their traumas using the art,
Through the arts.
showing up and helping women to heal, being the artistic person that I am, just helping women to be able to bring what they felt that they had no voice in out, just traveling and helping women all across the world to heal from their traumas.
And I understand the trauma part because growing up, I used to get bullied in school. I used to go, it was so bad, my principal had let me go home 10 minutes early. But guess what? Those bullies, they figured that one out. They met me right outside the door. So I know what it feels like to get bullied. So I think we need to get a project together about bullies.
Okay, okay. That would be great.
So Miss Shani Marie, I may call her Shani. It sounds Shani Marie. Don't you like that, Miss Shani Marie? Can you tell us something that you went through as a child that really brought joy to your life?
One something I went through that brought me joy. Oh, let's see. Oh, I mean, just being a kid and playing outside with my sisters and growing up with my grandmother. She was a woman who grew her own things. So being able to like help her in her garden, like help her plant the seeds outside. So that brought me joy. What else? Me winning the word. What is it? I won the. I read the most books.
Oh,
I was
okay.
in the fourth grade, so I got a lot of points. So I was able to purchase a lot of things at the auction at the school because I read a lot of books. And in Blessed Not Broken, you'll understand why that was a happy time for me because of what happened. So on top of that, let's see, being a praise dancer, that made me happy. Finding out that that was a gift that I had that I didn't know at the time, but now I know. But it made me happy when I did it. So yeah, those are a few things that made me happy in my childhood.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. And as a writer, Miss Shani Marie, do you see your book being turned into a play?
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Never really thought about that. So let's see. It could be. I'm not gonna say that God won't allow it to happen, but I've really never thought about it.
Yeah, we have a publisher right here, DJ Publishing, right, Barbie?
I ain't asked you to spill no beans on me.
Yes.
Mm. I want to ask about the praise dancing. How did you get into that? You in your church or?
Yes, it was actually me, my sister, my best friend, and my cousin. We just wanted to be a part of the talent show for our at the end of our vacation Bible school.
Mhm.
We just wanted to dance. We just wanted to be a part of it. And just that one thing, we actually won first place in our category.
Oh,
And
okay.
from that, the praise and ministry was birthed in our church. So us four girls started something that once we left was still going.
Mhm.
And I'm just thankful and grateful for that and for God allowing us to, we didn't even know that it would, we were just, like I said, we were just trying to be in a talent show. We didn't have no
Mm.
idea that God was going to use us to birth a whole ministry that ministers to other people.
Wow. Oh, okay. And
And
you won, you said.
Ah,
You all
we
won.
won.
Okay. It says that you are a singer. Do you want to break us off a little bit of something, something?
yeah, something.
Here lately,
You go
everybody been
ahead.
asking me to sing during these interviews. Ooh. Uh, let's see. Uh, Lord, I'm available to you. My will I give to you. I'll do what you say do. Use me, Lord, to show someone the way and enable me to say, my soul rest is empty, and I am available to you.
All right. Yes.
Ooh, yes. Can I be a backup singer for you, Miss Shotty Marie?
You
Okay.
sure can. She like, no.
That was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah,
Praise
that's
God.
oh, no, oh well. I know Tisha asked you what are your endeavors that you have coming up. Um,
Mhm.
so no, let me ask this question.
Okay.
Those women that you've helped, do any of them come back and tell you anything about how much you changed, spoke into their life and changed their life through what you do?
Yes, there were a few. Like I said, I had no idea that the book, especially the book, would have touched so many women. And one came back and she was like, "I cried the whole time. I read your chapter, but I also read the book, and I cried the whole time. I laughed and I cried and I cried. And thank you for speaking up because for a long time I thought I was by myself and I
Mm,
didn't know how to speak up. But now you've given me the voice to say it's okay to speak up and not to be ashamed of what happened. Because she thought for years it was her fault because that's what they told her. But I reassured her once we talked that it was never your fault. You were the child in the situation. That was the adult in the situation. And now she told me she has a new freedom, a newfound freedom that she can actually talk about what she's been through and not no longer be ashamed or feel guilty
Yeah.
or um feel like she doesn't have a voice. She feels like she has a voice now.
right, right. Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because before, again, they were suffering in silence or however they were suffering through. And
Yeah.
then, they found out about you and what you do. And so through that, well, you've given them a voice and to empower them to
Hmm.
take back their confidence.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's a ministry.
Yes, that's it. That's what you're doing. Mhm.
It's not always being behind the pulpit
No, it's not.
to
Right.
minister to people.
Right.
Yeah. See, a lot of people get that twisted. But they think you have to be, behind the pulpit and preach to them. But sometimes God will use you, Barbie, or anyone else. And even through our books, we're making a difference. We're telling our story, and people are healing through our story. So it's very
Yes.
important that we did do what God wanted us to do. And
Yeah.
I just we just celebrate you today for the wonderful
Yes.
things that you're doing.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Yes, and you be encouraged to keep up the good work. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I will. I will.
Absolutely.
And Miss Shani Marie, I forgot to even say it on Barbie. Miss Shani Marie just had a launching of her book. And can you tell us about the amazing book launch you had?
Oh yeah. 2 weeks ago, I did an in-person book signing
Yes.
at a local bookstore. This particular bookstore is Renique Bookstore Publishing and more. And she is a local author as well here in Arkansas. And she strives in her bookstore to feature other local authors in her store. Not only just authors, but if you have projects like T-shirts or bracelets and things, you make things. She puts those things in her bookstore for others to purchase, and she's there for the local artists here and local authors here. So with that in-person book signing, I did meet a lot of beautiful people, and it was just great to be out among the city because I'm not new here, but I'm new here as far as with author being an author. All my support is in my hometown, but just being out, being able to be out in the city that I live in and meet the people, the local people here, and they see that support was so wonderful for me.
Mm. I'm sorry.
I was kind of getting off guard. I was actually looking at your T-shirt. What did it say?
Oh, oh, Cardinals forever. It's my local high school. They have shut down, and so we made a shirt that says Cardinals forever, and it says DHS we love you. It's just
Oh,
our
okay, wonderful.
shirt for memory. Mm.
All right. Miss Marie, how can people get in contact with you if they want to join your services as far as the helping the women heal through the arts?
Mhm.
So can
Mhm.
you tell them how they can contact you, our audience?
Okay, well, you can contact me on all social medias: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, as well as my email address. It is all the same. It is Shani Marie, and with my email is shanimarie@gmail.com. That's SHUNNIEMARIE on all social media platforms, and my email address is well, Shani Marie.
Wow, because that's an awesome work that you're doing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Praise God.
All right. I wish I had known about it when I was going through it. I'm still going through it.
Well, she said she's just a Gmail away. Okay, what? She's on
Yeah.
all platforms. Did you just say that?
Yes, all platforms.
All platforms. CBS too. It's coming. It's coming. I'm prophesying that.
Okay, speaking into existence, yes.
Oh, God.
And Miss Shani Marie, I just have one more question to ask you.
Okay.
Even when you were growing up, were you writing then as a child?
Yes, I actually was. As a teenager, I think I may have been 16 when my first poem was published, and I hate that I didn't get a chance to buy the book that it was in. So technically, I've been a published author pretty much since I was 16 because I had a piece in a book. One of my poems was published in a book.
Ooh, okay.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Because it starts somewhere.
Yeah,
It just don't happen overnight. God will use the foolish thing
to confound.
to
Hmm.
confound the wise. Because my writing started off writing greeting to somebody called. And I was just saying how beautiful you are. I sound like it was Hallmark. But it started somewhere.
Yes.
He said,
Yes.
don't despise small beginnings.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
actually, when
Yes.
you're being prepared, and you don't even know you're being prepared back then,
Yeah.
Right.
it,
Yes.
it, 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 it's for the future. And then it shows up
Mhm.
why you were doing that. I said, oh,
Yes.
because I used to write plays for the church with skits. That's how
Okay.
I thought you were going to say Tyler Perry.
yeah, okay. But I was seeing anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miss Shani Marie, you're so gifted. We're so glad that you came on tonight. And I'm so glad that we're gonna be coming on your podcast in the Book Breakers. We're so excited. And also, we just want to let our audience know that the Book Breakers have a magazine coming out soon. So
Yes.
if anyone wants to partake and get a full ad, they can do that now. They still have a couple more weeks to get in.
Yep.
Couple more weeks. So we just want to tell our audience you still have time.
Alrighty then. So, Miss Marie,
Marie.
I like Shawnee though.
I did.
I really thought that was an Indian name, but that was cute how you got it. But Miss Shawnee, our time is up. Oh, you have been so
Already?
already. Girl,
Okay.
you know that's why.
Oh, we my fast.
We want to thank you for coming on and sharing your information with us. And we appreciate all that you're doing. So keep up that good work.
Yes.
Kudos to you. And God continue to bless. Open the doors that you need open, and even the money that needs to come in to further what you're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you,
You
ladies.
prophesied right there. You gotta get it. Grab it.
Yes, I heard it. I called it. I called it.
Amen. Get excited.
Okay, well, we appreciate you. Oh.
Thank
And
you,
any
ladies.
final words you want to say?
Final word. Let's see. Just know that you are enough. Everything that God has placed down on the inside of you has been in you since birth. So know that you are enough. And in His timing, all that He has placed down on the inside of you will come out.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes. Yes. Okay. So to our audience, you have been listening to Shawnee Marie.
Yeah, Shawnee.
And again, the book is Blessed But Not Broken. And so we're going to talk with you later. We're going to
Our
say
slogan.
our slogan. If she would give me a chance to open my mouth, right? Our slogan is, we encourage you to accomplish your dreams.
I love this part. Keep dreaming.
I'm Margaret Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler.
We are the Book Breakers.
Yes, the Book Breakers.
See you next time. Love you so much, Miss Shawnee.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
See you soon. We're coming on your show.
Turn
Yay.
it